Good morning, everyone, and thank you for joining us today. My name is Harrison Buck. I work in the sales team at Supplied Energy. On behalf of the Supplied Energy team, I'm excited to welcome our special webinar for today is in collaboration with our valued partners at REC Solar. Just some quick housekeeping. We will be recording this webinar and sending it to the participants afterwards. If you have any questions, please try to jot them down or raise your hand and we can get to them at the end of the slides. And I'm going to go ahead and get our slide deck pulled up. Okay, so quickly just about us. Yeah, we are Supplied Energy. We'll be hearing from Josanne Crawford of REC Solar, myself, Harrison Buck. I believe Kyle Smith will be joining as well as Mallory Smith on the Supplied Energy side. We're joined as well by Kristen Schmidt. She's on our marketing and customer service. So real quickly, these are a couple of the familiar faces you'll see at Supplied Energy. A little bit of background about us. We are a holistic distribution company, but we offer several services to help support our customers sell more jobs and focus on what makes their business thrive so that we can grow as a team. And we offer job site delivery as well as design services to help our customers achieve net zero capable structures and buildings and homes rather. Here's a quick list of some of the services that we offer. Like I mentioned, at our core, we're a distributor, but we also offer energy planning. We do design on the solar and HVAC side. As far as relates to geothermal, we do piping fabrication and other feasibility studies. We service contracting customers who are installers, solar installers, HVAC installers, plumbers, loopers, and drillers. And then we also serve home and business owners by helping getting them connected with contractors who will help with the installation. And we provide the services on the back end. We like to say we're a behind the curtain company where we support our contractors on the back end so that they can, like I said, sell more products and sell more jobs and help achieve homeowner goals in net zero or electrification. We have several of product categories to help round out what we're trying to achieve, which is all electric net zero capable structures. But specifically today, we'll be talking about our power products, which as it relates to REC Solar and what makes them stand out in the industry. Real quick, we have a 4-step process that we like to follow at Supplied Energy, and home and business owners can kind of jump in wherever they are in their project. But this is sort of the steps that we like to view energy efficiency upgrades. First, tightening the envelope. We don't sell insulation necessarily, but we like to advocate for it and preach about it. Things like spray foam and cellulose vapor barriers that really help solidify your home or building as a tight envelope where you can control the air coming in and out. After you create a very tight envelope, step 2 would be heating and cooling the space with a heat pump, whether that be a geothermal system, air source, a mini split. That's what we recommend to heat and cool the home with electricity. And because heating and cooling accounts for approximately 70% of your home's loads, you can then talk about the solar or generating your own electricity with solar, and then step 4, storing any excess in a battery. And we also monitor this energy platform of the home using a variety of load management devices. This is an example of what we're looking to do as a company. We have heat pumps, we sell solar, we do battery backup, and so we can help a home and business owner achieve these goals one step at a time. And this is just an example of kind of what that might look like. The reason why we decided to reach out and go with REC Solar just because of the high quality of their products. They offer a really good certified solar installer program. They are leading the market with some of their technologies, and I believe that their warranty is world class. And we really just are excited to announce that we're carrying their products. We've been carrying them for a little bit now, but we're excited to keep ramping it up and learning more and teaching it to our customers. And without further ado, I'm going to just hand it over to Josan of REC to talk a little bit more about the products, and then we can open it up for questions.
Thanks, Harrison. Again, I am Josanne Crawford. I am the Midwest rep for REC. I'm not sure where everyone on the call is located, but I do have 15 states here in the Midwest. I'll have my contact information at the end of the PowerPoint, but I do have all the states over there in the central Illinois region. I have everywhere from the Dakotas over to Michigan, if you kind of make a triangle all the way down to Houston. So I cover a large territory. I'm excited to be here and thank you for inviting me. I'm going to share why REC. So we have a value prop. Every manufacturer has their key points, and I'm really proud to be a part of REC. I'm newer to solar, and I'm proud to be part of what I feel is the best panel on the market. So I'm going to share my screen. All right, so REC, we call ourselves Solar Most Trusted, and there's several factors that go into this. We are the steady ship in today's stormy seas. As we know, there's very many things going on right now with the solar industry. They call it the solar coaster. And I think I was getting text as this as this webinar started that now the tariffs are off unless it's China and they're a 90-day pause. So there's varying fluctuations. And with our company, we ride it out a little bit better than most. There's some, like I said, there's several factors between this. So number one, we've already outlasted our warranty. There are a lot of manufacturers out there claiming that they have 20, 30, 40-year warranties, even on some parts, but their financial viability doesn't say that they're going to be around for 20, 30, 40 years. So we have produced millions of solar panels to date. We were founded in Norway, and we are currently manufactured in Singapore. And the implications behind that I'll touch on in a little bit later, but they're very important in today's volatile market. We have our key points is high efficiency, been in business longer than most, and we have no Chinese manufacturing. Even though we're in Southeast Asia, Singapore is not implicated in today's 80 CVD tariffs that are going on. We also have the industry standard for manufacturing. If you think of Toyota, what it is for car manufacturing, we are the same when it comes to solar panels. We have a automated manufacturing plant in Singapore. The reason that this is also important is that we do not have any human error when it comes to manufacturing our panels, which is why we have the lowest failure rate in the industry. And also we don't have any forced or slave labor. You know, it's an icky topic. We get our products from a lot of places around the world. And so you can rest assured that we ethically manufacture our products. And please, if you guys have any questions, I'm sure everybody is potentially muted, but you can put questions in the chat and I'd be happy to answer them as we go along. Back to our bankability. So part of the reason our warranty is going to stay intact is 2 years ago, we were purchased by a company out of India called Reliance, one of the largest companies in the world that many have not heard of. The owner is Mukesh Ambani. He is the 8th, 9th, 10th wealthiest man in the world, I think, depending on the day. Originally, Reliance made their money on telecom, petroleum, and entertainment. And now they're putting their future business into renewable energies. They are currently building the largest renewable energy manufacturing plant in the world. And one of the first things to come off the lines, hasn't yet, but one of the first things they're going to do is photovoltaic panels. And so they purchased us because of our manufacturing they had our manufacturing team go over and set up a state-of-the-art facility there as well, and from our technology platform. So we are different than most. And I think a lot of installers don't quite know why. They've heard that REC is a premier panel on the market, but they don't know why. This is a big piece of the why. It's our technology. Our technology is called heterojunction technology. And one of the reasons that they purchased our technology platform is that we're able to pair our technology a couple different ways. So we're currently here, if you can see my cursor, HJT is about here for efficiency. And we are working in the next 3 to 5 years to come out with some real improvements on our technology where we can pair it with IBC or tandem, which is perovskites, and have 30% efficiency be an actual tangible thing in our future. I call this the ice cream sandwich. So this is obviously a model of what our very thin cell does look like and how it's constructed. So what we do is we take our amorphous silicon that is ethically sourced, and we take our wafer and our wires. A lot of the companies construct their cells with soldering. So they're soldering the wiring onto the cell, which compromises the integrity of the cell, and it creates those cracking that you hear about, right? And we don't do that. So we layer. Just think of layers like an ice cream sandwich. We have our wafer, we have our smart wire technology, more amorphous silicon. We have a thin film on top, and then we do what I call is a lamination process. So instead of soldering, if you think of back when you were in elementary school and they would laminate all, their posters. So think of laminating this. We laminate it, which makes our cell very flexible. It's very thin and it's very flexible. And that helps keeps the integrity of the cell. And the flexibility also helps prevent in cracking. I'm not going to play this video right now because I'm not sure if I can get it to work. But in theory, what it is on the left, there is a monoperc cell that's thicker and cracks easier and breaks easier. And it's basically a finger going down onto the cell, showing the flexibility of our panel and how it holds up vastly better than the other. Again, this touches on the why. If you see where our thin round wires are, there's no soldering, there's no bus bars. Our contact points, we have vastly more contact points, which helps in our energy yield and connections. And I'll go over that on the next slide here. Oh, here's the cracking. So this is almost like an X-ray technology. The panel that you're seeing is a competitor's panel that would just go on a rooftop, and there'd be no problem with it. That is not, that's not okay, right? That's why there's so many failures with panels. It's not something you can see to the eye, but it's because of their manufacturing process. We are strung differently. So not every roof that you're going to install on is going to be tree free, right? You're going to have shading on a lot of roofs that are going to have solar. So how we are strung, and this makes a big difference. We have 4 strings that are strung horizontally. And so if your panel is experiencing shade, let's just say on a quarter of the panel, the other 75% of the panel will continue to produce max output for that area, as well as then it goes to 50%, 75%, right? So the shading only affects the area of the panel that is touched. And this is different than our competitors where they're strung together. And often if there's shade on a panel, the entire panel fails. We have a different frame than most. And so our panels have these support bars. What these do is a couple things. This gives us the highest wind load rating on the market. It gives us the highest snow load rating in the market. And it also protects, it's a very strong frame to protect the cells. especially in the Midwest. You guys are in Tornado Alley, right? So you're in a high storm area. And I know residential homeowners ask a ton of questions about the weather. So I would like to touch on this here. Um, Again, we have the best temperature coefficient. We have the highest wind and snow loads. And hail. Hail's a big concern. And my joke is tell the residential homeowner they need solar to protect their shingles on their roof. The industry standard is 50 miles an hour for 1 inch of a hail diameter. And we are tested and rated up to 60 miles an hour at 1.5 inches, which is a big improvement there. And this is how we stack up against the competition. As you can see on the left side to the right, we're in the far right column for all the industry specs. So model efficiency, which is extremely important when you have a small roof space that you are installing solar on. We are one of the industry leaders. Temperature coefficient, again, we lead the industry in temperature coefficient. So on the super hot days, all power electronics don't work great in extreme heat or extreme cold. So on very hot days, we are producing more energy than our competitors, and very cold days, we're producing more energy than our competitors. Another key point, this is one of the best selling points. Residential homeowners are spending a lot of their personal dollars to save money and to protect themselves from future power increases in their area. Our degradation rate of our panels is 0.25%. So we are one of the industry leaders there as well, if not the industry leader right now. And that just means that after 25 years, our power output will still hit 92% guaranteed. And the energy yield. So back to the heterojunction technology. We basically take the ambient light from the beginning and the end of the day. We are able to capture that energy better than the other technologies. Great for batteries, right? So if you have a battery system and they're trying to charge that battery, and it's in some cloudy days, we're going to do better. We're always going to do better at capturing that energy. So we have more kilowatt hours per kilowatt on the roof that we produce. And back to our manufacturing process, no firing, we have 7 steps. This is a basic modeling of us against a competitor, projected life kilowatt hour energy yield right around here. And so this slide just demonstrates that we get tens of thousands of more kilowatt hours over the life of the system. So on to our products. We have 2 product lines that we're carrying right now that we're currently manufacturing. We have our residential panels, which is our Alpha Pure RX series. This comes in watt classes of 450, 460, and 470. This is a higher voltage product. It has a higher AC ratio. So especially in the state of Illinois, I know with the SREC, they get more credit for this on their SREC credits. Our efficiency rating on this panel is 22.6. Same degradation rate all of our panels have in temperature coefficient. And with other questions, and I'm not sure which micros this, and we can talk specific if you have specific pairings with this, but it works really well with several popular micros on the market. Our other series that we are carrying is our commercial series. So this is our REC Alpha Pro M series. This comes between 600 and 640. Currently, we have 620s and 630s here in the US. It is pre-tariffs. We don't have a whole lot of that left. It is flying off the shelves if you have interest. But this is our same specs. So the cool thing about our commercial especially when you're projecting energy yield for a large commercial project, we're gonna outbeat our competitors. And at the 630, you're gonna have to have less power electronics that you put it with it, racking, staking, that type of thing. It's a great value, and it has all the same specs as our Resi panels. So it's the same quality. We don't dumb down our quality because it's a commercial panel. We have the same standard with our commercial and Resi panels, and we're using heterojunction technology all the way around.
Josanne, I had a quick question about that panel particularly.
Let's see if I can go back. There you go.
Yeah, I hope it's okay. I jumped in, but I had a customer
Yeah,
just this
please.
morning ask me about, like it is listed as a bifacial module, but then it also
Mhm,
mentions there's a white backsheet, and he was just kind
mhm,
of curious, like where that
mhm.
mesh backsheet fit into the sandwich.
Yeah, right, exactly. So we are I the wording on that, so it's we are not bifacial. We are not a glass panel. Our cells are, and we're taking this wording off because it is confusing, and I'm not sure. Our cells are inherently bifacial. If you flipped the panel over, you would get readings from the other side of the module, but not the output you're looking for, right? So no, it is not. It is not bifacial. Um, it is not glass. And so if you, it just depends on, obviously you guys are all professionals. You know that glass only matters if you have a reflective surface behind it, or it's not going to help. And I know snow can be a reflective surface. So even if you didn't put down white rock or some sort of reflective surface to get that energy yield of bifacial, it really does not matter. But if you do, yes, if that's something that's a requirement that you want, it is not bifacial. It is not glass. Now, I will say to the end of this year, potentially the end of 2025, we will be start getting our commercial panels from India, and all of our panels will be glass. They will be true bifacial, but not the ones that we have currently. That's a good question.
Okay.
Thank you.
Great. And yeah, this is what we have stocked currently. And in our neck of the woods, we do a lot of ground mount, and these are just perfect for that application.
Yes.
They're pretty big. They're about 7 feet tall and 4 foot wide. So I mean, it's better. You don't want to be slinging those things up on the roof too much, but we have done it before. But thanks for answering that question. I appreciate the clarity.
All right. Thank you. Sorry, I got to go back the other way. Okay. So our warranty, we're very proud of this. Our warranty department is one guy with a cell phone, and with having the lowest warranty claims in the industry. It's not that it doesn't ever happen. Nothing is perfect, but we do have the lowest. So I think what the industry standard is like 15,000 parts per million is the average, and we're at 77. We have around 77, 78, 79 parts per million in terms of warranty claims. So with that being said, we do have different levels of warranty. Our standard warranty for all of our installers is 20 years on the product, 25 years on the performance, and we do not have a labor reimbursement. For our certified installers, and I'll talk about our program next, but for our REC certified installers, we do have, for systems that are 25 kilowatts or less, which is most Resi systems, we do a triple 25. So 25 product, 25 performance, 25 labor. And the labor has a reimbursement at a rate of $250 per panel. For large systems, commercial systems, we do 25, 25, and then 10 on the labor. And we call that our ProTrust warranty with our certified installers. So how to qualify as a certified installer, there's a couple factors. So one, I want to make sure that you're actively installing REC, or you have an updated or an upcoming, REC project that you're doing. I like for, and this isn't a hard fast rule. I like for our installers, especially. I do get some new companies that are maybe new to sales, but have been installing for other for other companies, and that's definitely a qualification. But I like that they have at least 2 years of experience as a installer, um, that they're able to, demonstrate technical expertise, which is through installation or some sort of certification. Um, we send you into our training portal, and you have to attend and pass our training sessions. It's 3 videos, about an hour long each. And then you register the systems. That's on not on here, but that's a Joe San Crawford requirement. And so I know that other manufacturers for other components require this. It's highly regarded in our company, but for me, it's a requirement. So it's really fast. All you have to do is register your system, and I'll go over that in a second. And therefore, you get the ProTrust warranty. And the reason I make it a requirement is because actually, if you don't register your system, you don't get the ProTrust warranty, and then everyone's not very happy. So, um, there's a couple different things also that you get with it. So you get your training certification, you get access to our Pro Portal. In that Pro Portal, you get a $500 REC swag spend every year. That is also where we have different training materials and tools for you as well. You get that Golden ProTrust warranty. You get to be on our installer locator. So often we have residential homeowners go because we're getting hit up, constantly with different leads on there too, which I do put out to our installers in the area. But you get to go on there. So if they're looking for a certified installer, you show up there. You get our newsletter. You have the ability to integrate our pro page onto your website. And so, especially for a lot of our installers that only sell REC, this is a tremendous value. And this SunSnap app is what you do to register your systems, which is so easy. All you have to do is put in the homeowner's name and address, date of install, what panels you were installing, and how many. And so best practice is to also include barcodes at that time, but you don't have to. And then if you do that, you get this warranty that you get to either send yourself, or you can put in the homeowner's email, and it auto gens a certificate of warranty for them to have as well, which is an added value for the homeowner. And also, if you do register your systems and you do volume with us, so now we have different tier levels. And we have, as you can see, everything on here, what we go through, all of our certified installers get access to everything that we just spoke about. Our certified installers get more things like sales trainings. And actually, I will do a sales training for everyone. So if you start selling REC and you sign up to be one of our certified installers, I would love to go through this value presentation with your salespeople. And I'm open to doing that as many times and as often as needed. For new, I just actually today, one of my installers hired someone new, and I sat and did a 30-minute REC training for them. And then we do get access to marketing funds. So I also do give marketing funds to my silver installers as well, which just means you have a golf tournament, you need some swag, you maybe want some billboards, you're a bigger installer and you want some advertising that way, or I do a sales spiff. I love to do sales spiff. So I will throw $1,000 at your sales team and say, hey, whoever wins this quarter, first, second, third, and divide it out. So it's a fun way to interact with the sales teams and to support the installers. All right, well, that's about all I have for you. So in summary, just to go over our key points, we are older than our warranty. We do have local headquarters and local salespeople that are very accessible to you. Lowest warranty claims in the industry. We utilize heterojunction technology. Lowest degradation rate, lowest temperature coefficient, so more kilowatt hours per kilowatt on the roof. Highest wind and snow and hail ratings. And in today's climate, there's a lot of the AD/CVD cases out there that you can hear of with tariff implications, not Trump tariffs, but prior to the AD/CVD, we are not implicated in any of those tariffs. The only tariff that the industry got last year was a 201 tariff that everybody's currently paying. We do not have AD/CVD implications. And so the only other tariff would be the new Trump tariffs that no one knows quite what's going on yet. But I will stop my share and I will open it up if there's any questions from anyone.
Cool. Thanks so much, Josanne. Those are great points and really excited about it. I don't see any chats in there, but maybe we can just give a few minutes and see if we got any questions rolling in. I know we just have a couple of our installing partners on here today. So if any of you guys have questions about REC, feel free to throw in a question in the chat. In the meantime, Kristen or Kyle or Mallory, if there's anything you guys wanted to add.
Well, I'll just make a comment and say that I think this year we're seeing a lot of product failures out there by Josanne's competitors, and quite a few in my opinion. And I think that with REC, especially with them being in the commercial and residential markets, that's a huge opportunity where I guess what I'm trying to say is you're going to pay for it now, or you're going to pay for it later. You can use it now to sell your projects, or you can take the risk and go for the lower dollar amount. We're going to have failures down the road and going back to job site possibly multiple times. And that's where really I see that premium product for REC. Better partnership, better opportunities, better branding, and a dealer program to be a part of. So that's my comments, and that's what that's what our thoughts were when picking up the product and bringing it on board. And my opinion would be that we try to put REC on every job as much as possible.
I agree. Yeah, the technology is awesome. The warranty is awesome. And so far, the customer support has been awesome. I thought that was cool that you said the warranty department's just the one guy with the cell phone because it's not really needed. But it seems to be a pretty easy process to go through. And I like what you said about having to register the system. It may add a little bit of work, but really goes a long way for the contractor to just have easier, warranty processes, or if they need a replacement, or just to have that system registered is awesome to have that dealer program. All right, check one more time, see if we got any questions that came in, but it's not looking like that. So we can give some folks some time back in their day.
All right. Well, thank you so much. And you know what? I do have one more question. What do you feel? How do you feel after maybe the total project price per watt of using REC? You feel, I guess my question is what is the investment, or is there that much more upfront cost when you use a higher density module like REC, a percentage and increase of initial project cost? Does that make sense?
I think, yeah, definitely. I've had this modeled up and I would be happy to do that too. So if it's a larger scale commercial project, I'd be happy to have my tech department model that out. And, with a higher wattage and a higher energy yield, well, it's not that much different. It really isn't, especially like to the residential homeowner. It is truly a very small more amount up front in returns to the overall energy production that they're looking for long term, right? And so and also with a commercial project, our watt class, it cuts down on labor. It cuts down on micros or strings, or it cuts down on racking. It does our product. Like the other one might be a little bit less expensive, but it comes with more expenses here and there. And overall, it is so close. It's such a good value. And especially, we know that if you have to go back in the field, if you have to send your labor back out to get on that roof, to go in the field to fix a problem, it's never worth it. Right. And so it's always going to easily become a wash instantly if there's an issue. So no, I mean, I think that we have the best value on the market, and it is not that big of a price swing in the very beginning either.
Awesome. Thanks.
And actually, we don't know what's happening in the market. You know, right now with everything that is shaking out, pricing might be closer than we thought than it used to be. So,
Right. Okay, well, thanks again, Josanne, and hope everybody has a great rest of their day. Please feel
all
free
right,
to reach out to Supplied Energy to purchase some REC solar panels. Thanks so
great.
much.
Thank you.
Have a great day.
You too.